So why won't I be buying the new Victorinox Synergy multi-tool or any of the other ones that have a locking blade? Well, firstly, I'm not going to rubbish Victorinox because I already have a load of their knives and multi-tools, and I'm a big fan really. So that's not the reason. Secondly, I'm not going to rubbish a knife that I haven't reviewed already. Although, if you do want to see a good review, go and see the one on Slipjoint Sawyer's channel. So he's a friend of mine. He's done a really good review and it's well worth watching. But please stay and watch this first. I'll put a link in the description below and then go to that afterwards. So the two main reasons really are, one, it's a locking knife, so it's not UK legal. I already have a few locking Swiss Army knives and I'll show those, and these are perfectly good. So I don't need another one that I can't EDC. And secondly, it's quite expensive really. So I think they're moving into more of a lifestyle brand. And I think there are cheaper options and non-locking options available. And I've got a whole fistful here of new ones, nice shiny ones, or older ones that you can find on the secondary market. So I'm going to go through those, through the locking knives that I have and through some of these. And hopefully you'll see some great alternatives that are cheaper and some that you can carry. Here are the 4 locking Victorinox that I have that aren't UK legal carry. Well, when I say they're not UK legal carry, you can carry them, but you have to have a good reason. When we talk about UK legal carry, we mean that you can carry them without needing a good reason. And the UK law is that the blade has to be non-locking and 3 inches or less. And it must be normal opening, not automatic opening, such as using a button to release it or a gravity knife. They're not legal. Thanks for watching so far. If you haven't already, why not subscribe? It really helps my channel and you'll see more of my videos popping up in your feed. Back to the video. So just having a look at these, I've got 311mm Victorinox. 2 of them, I don't think you can get any more, and certainly these versions are the older versions. And I have this one, which is a Wenger or a Delamont at least, and we'll take a look at that. So this one here, this big boy, this is the Hercules. I'm not going to go through all of the details of weight and specification, but just to say it has a locking main blade, and this has the slide button to close it. This one also has the pliers, which was one of the reasons why I wanted this. It has 2 Phillips and it has scissors as well. The Phillips are fantastic. Let me open one up. So they're inline Phillips, which makes them really useful. So this is the one that I use around the house as a great tool. So I've got a lot of things in my pocket all in one place. And as well as that, on the back, it's got an awl and a corkscrew, and it's got the usual tweezers and toothpick as well. So that's the Hercules. Unfortunately, it's been discontinued. This one I got more recently. This is the Outrider, and similar to the Hercules, just with fewer tools. This also has the sliding lock. It has the same back tools, and then inside it has a saw. I think the Hercules has a saw actually. Did I miss that? So it has a fantastic saw. I love the saw you get on these. And then it also has the scissors and that inline small Phillips. And then as well as that, it has the usual front layer tools as well. So that's the Outrider. And then here we have the Trekker or Trail Finder. And this is interesting because it's one hand opening, but it does have this liner lock as well. But as well as that, it has the same saw, if I can find it. So that excellent saw, and it has the same front tools as well. And on this one, the flathead screwdriver locks as well. So this is very similar to the Soldier, just with different scales. And in fact, it's very similar to the German or the Swiss army knife. So if you were going to have any of these, I'd probably pick that one. And I borrowed this from my son. He uses it. And then here we have the Wenger here. So this became the Delamont series. And this particular one has a locking blade with this push lock here. And you push that to release the lock. The nice thing I like about this is that as well as the main blade, you've got this small drop point blade, and then the front tools, which include the Wenger can opener, quite fearsome looking, and the usual flathead cap lifter. And of course, being a Wenger, it also has, let's see if we can get a view of that. So it also has these all metal tweezers, which fit on the inside. So they're a little bit more fiddly to get out. And then there's also the Wenger toothpick as well. On the back, you've got the awl, slightly different to the Victorinox one. I think I prefer the Victorinox one, to be honest, and the corkscrew. So these are some of my locking knives. I feel I've already got 4 that I can't use as everyday carry. I occasionally use them around the house, or if I'm camping, you know, around the house and garden. So I've already got 4. I don't see the point in buying another one, and particularly ones that are quite expensive that I then can't everyday carry. I'm trying to limit the number that I buy like that. That's one of the main reasons why I won't be buying any of the new Synergy locking Victorinox knives. What I do have are some great alternatives where locking knives are not permitted. So let's just go through a few of those. If you like something nice and new and shiny and available now, cheap and slim to carry, then why not go for the Bantam? The great thing about the Bantam is it has a nice size blade. It also has this combi tool, which is a cap lifter and a can opener and a flathead screwdriver and a wire bender as well. And it is just so slim, it will fit in your wallet. So the Bantam, that's a great alternative. Going on to a single blade knife that's bigger. So this is a 93mm and this is the Solo. It just has one blade, but it does it really well. It's a little bit thicker blade stock than the standard 91mm Victorinox. If you just want a simple blade, and I don't know what the fuss is about having locking knives. If you know how to use a slip joint correctly, and you've been brought up with slip joints as I have, then they're pretty safe to use. You don't use them in the wrong way, and they don't close on your hands. And to be honest, I'd rather have a slip joint knowing how it works than relying on any lock, because any lock can fail. So that's the Solo. Now, you don't need to buy a shiny one. You could get a vintage one like this that I got on the secondary market, and this cost me £10. So it was a bargain. It's had a bit of use, but it's still got plenty of life left in it. It's got that pocket worn look of the red Alox with some of it rubbed off. So if you don't want to have something that's super shiny, go for something that's less, and have a look in antique fairs. If you're in the UK, antique fairs are probably the best place to buy this. If you're in the US, have a look on eBay and you can probably find something there. Going up in size, this is a fantastic Alox, and this is the Electrician. So this is the only Victorinox knife with the sheep's foot and the cutout for wire stripping. Really makes a great package opener, and it's just something a bit different. On the other side, there's the usual flathead. There's the main blade and the inline awl. And that's the great thing about these Alox knives. You get this. So that's the Electrician. Then going up in size, and these are two of my favorite ones. This is the Pioneer X. So the same as the other ones, but the X means it has, yeah. So similar to the other ones, but it has the scissors, and these scissors are a fantastic size. It has the two front layer tools as well, the standard tools. The main blade and the inline awl, so just the same. So I can strongly recommend this, the Pioneer X, and it's one of my favorites. It's a perfect sort of office carry, I think. And then one that's just slightly bigger and just a little bit more expensive, but still cheaper than the Synergy in most places. This is the Farmer X, and I think the Farmer X is that perfect balance between urban and country carry. So it has the same as the Pioneer X with one additional tool, and that's the saw. And I've used this saw a lot. It cuts wood a lot thicker than you would think. It cuts on the pull and the push, and it just makes this an excellent pocket carry. Now, all of these are UK legal, and if we add the little Bantam, it means that you can have a Swiss Army knife that's got either just the one blade, as these have, or with some other functionality as well, with the last two having scissors, and they're all at reasonable prices. I'm not going to quote the prices, but if you don't like the prices on Amazon or Victorinox, have a look in the secondary market. Because the build quality is so good, Victorinox will go on forever, and you can send them back and get them mended for pretty much just the cost of postage if you have any problems. That's the other good benefit of buying these vintage knives. If the blade's very worn, you can send it back to Victorinox and have a new blade fitted. So I hope I've given you some good alternatives to the new one. Not that I'm against it. I think it's probably perfect for the US market. It's just not UK legal carry for me. And I don't see any point in buying another knife that I'm not going to be able to carry in my pocket around with me every day. Hope you found this interesting, some good alternatives. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you have picked a different Alox knife instead of these? Or if you've got a Synergy, do you think it's really worth it, and can you carry it in the country that you live in? Thanks for watching. Why not check out this video on one of my favourite Alox Victorinox, or this playlist on Victorinox knives. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.